Streaking is certainly the theme of the NHL tonight. Not the kind you get arrested for either.
Yes,
You've got the Islanders who have rattled off a season high 9 games in a row. They'll take on the Caps tonight, trying to extend that one. It started back on February 28th. They are cooking right now. Meanwhile, the Carolina Hurricanes, one shy of that. They've got 8 in a row. They'll take on the Red Wings. Their streak actually started a day before the Islanders, back on February 27th. So both those teams trying to keep the streak on the line, which brings us to this. Peak the streak. But that right there, we want to know. You're not sold just yet. But
I
we
like
want to
those
know.
cars.
I don't know. I don't know what they're driving.
I don't know whether
whatever. They didn't seem electric. They weren't exactly quiet.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see how these teams do and at what point their streak peaks. So we'll start with the Islanders. We'll start with you. 9 in a row. At what point does this thing end? Look at Barry Trotz.
Trotz behind the wheel.
Feeling out.
That's right. He's got 9 in a row. I'm going to go with the Islanders. I'm going to say they can get to 11 in a row before they suffer a loss. I suspect that might come at the hands of the Flyers in a couple of days. But I'll go to 11.
Okay. Here's the road ahead. The next 12. So you've got the Caps tonight. They win that one.
Yeah.
They win against the Flyers
on Thursday. And then
40
Saturday.
Later, tanking.
Saturday
gone.
is the day that it ends. That's my thought.
Look at the schedule, though.
That's
not easy sledding.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Parrish.
Harry, what do you got? How long? At what point do they peak?
I'm going to hear about this
he looks
one,
pained.
but I think it's tonight. I think it's going to be the Capitals tonight. I know I'm going to hear about it, but man, at the Caps, the way they're playing, 5 goals in the last 4 games, it's just each, and that's just incredible. Their goaltender obviously coming off of a shutout. They've won the 2 games against the Islanders this year so far in the Trotz Bowl. So, yeah, I think it's going to end tonight, unfortunately. I think the Capitals are going to take away the 2 points.
Okay. All right, so you've got 2 more games. He's raining on their parade. He thinks the streak ends tonight at 9. We shall see. The other team that's got a lengthy winning streak and also in action tonight, the Carolina Hurricanes. Who's that, Aho?
Sebastian Aho, I think, is at the wheel.
You never know who's going to be in that vehicle pulling out of the NHL Network parking lot right there. But you look at the road ahead for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. The Red Wings, if they want to extend it to 9 straight. 10 straight would be a win over Columbus. 11 also Columbus. Columbus and Columbus.
Yeah, I know.
Jay, we're at 8 right now. At what point do we peak, my friend?
How do you think John Tortorella would feel about 4 straight losses at the hands of the Hurricanes? Probably not happy about that. So I'm going to go 10 games for the Hurricanes. I think they beat Detroit. I think they win the first one against the Blue Jackets, but I figure you're playing 4 straight games against a team. Hard to win them all. So I'll go 10, Perry. I'll go 10 with the Hurricanes. And I hope this isn't as painful for you this time. I know that Islander one was tough for you.
No.
That's tough.
No, this one was much easier. And I kind of agree with you, except for I think they're going to go one more. I think they're going to sneak that second home win in against Columbus and lose at Columbus. So I think I think the Canes are going to get
Mm.
get 11 out of this streak.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I like it. It's possible. Hey, they could run the table.
They're happy with that, right?
They're good.
I mean, you're playing with house money at this point. They won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
See if they can tie the Islanders tonight at 9 in a row, the longest winning streak in the NHL this season. Next up, who do we have? We have
of course, it's driving.
A very conservative driver, I would imagine. 6-game winning streak for Pittsburgh. They'll put that on the line against Dan Vladar and the Boston Bruins. Of course, the rookie making his first NHL start in this one. And then it's a triple header against the Devils in 3 consecutive games. And then the Buffalo Sabres. So a favorable schedule, some would say, after tonight's game against Boston. Each, they're at 6. How long does it go?
That is, you look at that schedule, you say, yeah, it is favorable except for that game against the Bruins tonight. But that's a hard one to figure, the Bruins, because the teams, those 2 teams, they never seem to win in the other guy's building. There's different goalies playing tonight, so that's a tough one. But I'm going to say that the Penguins will win tonight, but then they will lose, oddly enough, to the Devils on Thursday. So it's 7 games for me, and the Devils have given the Penguins trouble over the last several years. So I think, you get a big sweep against Boston, you're feeling great, you go to New Jersey, maybe you're not ready, and you lose. So that's kind of the way I look at it. 7 games for me, Mr. Parrish.
Well, and I'm going to go a little different again.
Okay.
I think it's ending tonight against Boston. I think if they beat Boston tonight, then it could go to 10 games easily with that schedule in my mind. But tonight, especially the Vladar, the new goaltender, first game of the year. I've played against so many goalies, their first career game, and there's no book on them. And so many times they come out and they just stand on their head. They just, the emotions, everything, the adrenaline kicks in, and they have a spectacular game. The teams tend to play really well in front of a goalie's first career game. I just got a funny feeling it's Boston tonight, but if they don't, heads up, I think they get to double digits in this win category.
Perry.
Their winning streak, excuse me.
Yeah.
Streak breaking. He wants all the streaks coming to an end. He never wants this segment to happen.
I guess I'm just going negative.
Peak the streak.
Negative Nelly today. I don't know what to say.
I love it. All right, let's get positive Paul here. Let's see what we got. Who's up next? We've got the Minnesota Wild, and we've got Kirill the Thrill driving like a maniac right there. They've won 4 in a row. We know the impact this youngster's had on Minnesota this season. Take a look at their road ahead. They've got the Yotes tonight, and then back-to-back games against the Colorado Avalanche. We showed that tweet earlier. A healthy Cale Makar, a healthy Bo Byram back in the lineup certainly changes the complexion of that matchup. So it's at their winning streak's at 4 right now each. How far are we going with the Wild?
First of all, NHL Network Showcase game on Saturday. That's a good one, right?
Yep.
Colorado and Minnesota, so we'll watch that. And Kirill the Thrill, he's driving up on 2 wheels with that vehicle. There's no question about it. That's what he's about. But I'm going to go 5 for Minnie. I think they win tonight against the Coyotes, but I think that the Avalanche in Denver will be waiting for them. And I think that Minnesota has made a statement about where they are and who they are this year in this league. They're going to be a harder team to beat than maybe many of us thought. I think the Avalanche will be ready for them, and I think the Avalanche get them in that game on Thursday.
All right. Let me guess, Perry, it ends tonight? What do you think?
No, it doesn't. No. I think it even goes into Colorado a little bit. I'm giving them 6 games. This team has risen to the occasion. Just like the Florida Panthers, they have belief. They believe that they can all win games against the best in the league. They've done it against Vegas. They've beaten Colorado. They proved early on that they could play with them. And now they have confidence going into it. I think tonight against Arizona, they're going to roll through Arizona. And then I think they're going to sneak that first one out in Colorado and then lose the second one in Colorado.
Oh, all right. So we got 5 wins and 6 wins for you guys. We'll keep it going. A little different spin on this one.
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres. Taylor Hall there. What is this?
Oh, no.
Well, at least they're heading in the right direction. No. We might have taken out a few pedestrians.
I hope he's insured.
Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody's
Or Taylor Hall.
All right, here's the next 5 games for the Buffalo Sabres, who have lost 11 in a row. They get the Devils tonight, who have lost 11 in a row at home. So something's got to give in that game. Then they've got the Bees, the Rangers, and the Penguins. So if the Wild in that 4-game winning streak and Kirill were on 2 wheels, no wheels for the Buffalo Sabres?
They're up on blocks.
When does
they're up on blocks? Let's face it.
Peak?
Yeah.
When does this end?
You know what? The Buffalo Sabres, they're not doing anything, right? Like, there's no coaching change. There's no real player movement. Their best players been out of the lineup. So they're just humming along here at like 0 miles an hour. So I'm going to say it's going to continue for a while. I'm going 20 games.
Oh, my.
20 games. I am going all the way to fittingly April 1st.
And I'm the negative one. I'm the negative one.
April 1st, April Fool's Day.
Wow, that's a
time when strange things happen. And so, but look at the schedule. Like, I don't think they're going to beat the Devils tonight. The Devils have played better lately. The Devils could have easily won against the Honors. I think, and the Sabres are playing second of a back-to-back, so I think the Devils will win tonight. And then you get the Bruins are in a bad mood. The Rangers have Panarin back, and that one is in New York. Then Pittsburgh's playing well. Boston, Philly. These are all hard games. And if Buffalo is not going to do anything, I mean, if they're not going to make a coaching change, if they're not going to shuffle some players or do anything, I think the players there are kind of waiting for something to happen. So, I mean, they were terrible last night, Mark. I mean, they lost 6-0. I know Washington's good. So I'm going to go 20.
I'm going to say their pride is going to kick in beforehand. And, of course, this is my bold prediction. I think it's tonight in New Jersey It's got to be tonight. Eventually, pride kicks in with these guys, and you just got to find a way to win. The puck's got to bounce, right?
Yeah.
I mean, something's got to work out for them eventually. It's against New Jersey. New Jersey even could take this team lightly, and I think that's one of the reasons it won't get to 20 games is because eventually somebody will take them maybe a little lightly. They'll get a bounce, and all of a sudden their goaltender has a spectacular game. Something's got to happen. The game is crazy. The hockey world, you never know what happens till you drop the puck, and eventually it's got to end, and why not tonight?
Yeah.
Big discrepancy. 11 games versus 12.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Buffalo has beaten the Devils 3 times this year.
Right.
So they have had success, but I just think New Jersey's out there have their own problems. I think that they're on their own 11-game tailspin
11 in a row
on home. 0-10-1 at home.
They're in Jersey tonight, right?
Something's going to give, but I don't think it's going to be Buffalo. Oh. So we'll see.
No matter what, one of those
somebody's winning that game.
Do that. April 1st. Was there a tie-in there, or just a specific opponent on that date?
I think it's a fitting date.
Yeah.
And it is home in Buffalo. And
tell you what, Sabre fans are lining up outside.
Maybe they'll let the fans in because that's the one thing that's worked in their favor so far this year. That there's been no fans. I mean, imagine a full house last night in Buffalo, which is, I mean, the fans in Buffalo love their hockey.
They're some of the best.
They are some of the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they love their hockey in Buffalo, and we talk about these things. We have to talk about winning streaks, losing streaks. It happens. It's cyclical. Yeah. There's years that you're good. There's years that you're not. I feel for those Buffalo Sabres fans up there, and boy, they were angry.
They were angry last night.
I've been through those years with the Islanders.
Look at this walk.
They were angry.
Yeah, you said your timeline was you thought you were like following a Buffalo Sabres.
I don't know what I was following, but it wasn't happiness. So
don't check your Buffalo Twitter account tonight.
And it could be worse. It could be worse. I will say one other thing that the Pegula family has owned that team for the last 10 years, and they have really put a lot of resources into that thing. And sometimes for whatever reason things don't work out. And I would only say, like I've said on the other shows, Mark, about the Sabres, is they need to, in my opinion, and I like Ralph Kruger as a guy, but I think it needs a change, and I think they need someone that can lift up this franchise. There's so much negativity. You need, Mark, you've been in these locker rooms when winning and losing and when things are going. You need somebody to come in and put their arms around you and say, hey, Harry, we love you. You're a good player. We're going to get this turned around. We're going to get going in the right direction and get the mood of the whole group better. So for me, that's what needs to happen is they need to find that person to come in there to coach and to be maybe someone to go above Kevin Adams as like a higher, someone that's like head of hockey operations to help a young guy that's new to that position and lift that whole thing up and bring some positive vibes to it. And like I said, Mark, you lived it, right? Sometimes you just need that.
You nailed it. The Islanders, when I first got to Islanders, we were the worst team in the league, and you just lost. I think we had back-to-back, or we had 2 20-goal or 20-game losing streaks in one season. We won 4 road games in 1 year. 4. And 2 of them were October, for crying out loud. and that's exactly what you need. The EJ nailed it. Laviolette came in, and he came in with this demeanor. He was professional. He's like, hey, I know you guys we've struggled, but you know what? We're going to go out there and win. And sure enough, we all bought in. We believed him right away. He had this edge to him, this determination, this confidence that we all latched onto. And sure enough, we turned things right around, and we're playing, in Toronto in the playoffs, first time in I don't know how many years, and in one of the best turnarounds in NHL history, from going from the worst team to one of the top teams in the league. And EJ, like I said, EJ nailed it. It's exactly what you need to do. You have somebody to come in and bring everybody together. Like you said, if somebody needs a little hug, if somebody needs a little kick in the butt, whatever it was, you just need that right guy to push the buttons. And all of a sudden, in 1 year, it can turn around.
Makes sense now why all his streaks are ending tonight. He doesn't want to relive those memories.
I know he doesn't. And I remember some of those teams.
All right, another look at Taylor. That's what it's going to be like when my kid gets his learner's permit, right? Is that what it feels like when your kids first get their license?
I hope not, because that's some heavy insurance.
My goodness, Taylor Hall just laying some rubber.